Mark's minutes. We'll see how long this really takes. But it is in the Mark's minutes part will be first, and then I've got two other presentations that are not part of the minutes, so it'll be a little longer to listen to me.
Okay, George.
I'm trying not to. So again, the committee leads, you're the people that make the club run. And whether you want to be a committee lead or not is kind of up to you. But I will ask you, like join Mike in the Queen team, or help out Monica on entertainment, or the grants committee with Paul and Lauren Helfgott and Ed Peters. The plant team is incredible. We did a tour of Hiroshi's property earlier this week. Just incredible walking around and seeing what he's done in a fairly small area. It says Mike, Charlie. It's not Charlie. It's Mike. So I'll fix that next time. Sorry, we'll get that fixed. And we'll talk about the Women's Beat Group in a second. And go to the next. Yes, there we go. Conference update. We are looking at venues. We're no longer looking at venues. We're going to Delaware County Community College this year. Why don't we go back to Penn State Great Valley? Because they more than doubled the price. Wow. We went from $5,500 to over $13,000. And it's like, they like, what was the word I was going to use? It's not repeatable in public. So, yeah. We do have Brent Dunn already on the agenda. We are going out to world-class speakers and presenters and beekeepers
I'm not raising my hand.
Okay. You are raising your hand, but not on purpose. Okay, got it. So we're starting that. There's a meeting next week. Thursday, yeah, for the conference committee, for I think it's our second or third meeting to go further on. Equipment rental has become kind of an issue, and we're going to be working through this. Bill, Vince, Sean, and I are kind of looking at it. The process currently, if you want to rent one of the extractors, you go to the storefront, you pay for the extractor. We'll get an email saying, "Hey, somebody's rented the extractor." If you don't hear from us within a couple of hours, send an email to storefront@chescobees.org saying, "Hey, when can I'd like to pick it up this or that or whenever." Generally, because all the equipment is currently stored in the trailer here, we got to make the arrangement to meet you here to get you the extractor, and then we need to set up a time to get it back. So we're re-looking at that entire process of how we're gonna actually make that work. Thanks. Refreshments. Heroic efforts today. Bill went to Dunkin' and got us coffee and donuts, and Tony brought grapes from his vineyard, and somebody brought some more donuts, and Yvonne brought, what is that?
Apple breakfast casserole.
Apple breakfast casserole. No, that's not what it's called. It's called really good. Okay, I had some of that. It was quite nice. And then if you've got topics that you want to have at this meeting, let VP1, Donna, or VP2, Susie, know what you would like to see, what you would like to hear, who you would like to hear. We can bring speakers in if you want to do that. We have the ability to do that. We have the money to do that. So if there's somebody that you know that you want to bring in and they're looking for some kind of honorarium, we've got the money to pay for that. So, I'm not going to say the sky's the limit, but maybe drone height is the limit. All right, next. Thank you. Newsletter. Who here's read the newsletter? All right, thank you. The rest of you, who's going to read the newsletter? Thank you. Really important to read that newsletter, because I'll tell you, Carissa and her team put a lot of effort into this. People that wrote the articles put a lot of effort into this, and read what they have to say, because sometimes it's really enlightening, other times it's hilarious. For those that read it, know the hilarity. All right. And if you can make that play. So this is Vince installing a nuke. Notice
It's like a club nuke.
it's a club nuke. He's pulling the frame out to try to get it in there. He's got the frame out. Now he's going to try to get it into the box. Now I want you to notice Vince's face.
Does he not have a veil on?
So not only was he not wearing a veil, he had dark glasses on,
Good job.
which is
A bear.
a bear. So in the article, he does mention he got stung once. His wife, who was videoing it, got stung 3 times. She doesn't help him with bee sitting. So that's how not to install a nuke. That's how not to have family helping you with your bees.
And this is why our bees get a bad reputation.
This is why our bees get.
Oh my God.
This is the other reason why bees get a bad reputation. That's Matthew McConaughey down in the bottom corner. Our speaker on the 17th of August is the gentleman, Adam Hickman, who was the bee wrangler for the rivals of the Amaziah King, which is a movie with Matthew McConaughey. These guys, all the beekeeping that was done in this movie was real beekeeping with real bees, and the actors, nobody's veiled. It was all wide open beekeeping, pretty wild beekeeping. Not the kind of beekeeping that I like to do. But that was the result. Is
The movie crew was veiled.
What's that?
The movie crew was veiled. I've seen pictures where the rest of the movie crew
Yeah,
was
the
all
crew.
suited up.
Yeah, the crew was,
Yeah.
but the people that were working the bees were
Yeah.
not. It's, no, thanks. But he'll be speaking for the women's, sponsored by the Women's Bee Group of CCBA on the 17th, which is a Monday.
What's he speaking about?
About the movie and how it was done, and how the beekeeping was done in providing for the movie.
It's kind of comical.
Yeah, apparently so.
Mark, are we going to record that?
Huh?
Are we going to record that?
Yeah, we're going to record that.
That's good.
So he's going to describe how they pulled it off with hard work, creativity, and good humor. There you go. All right. All right, so September. We're not having a meeting here September in the morning. But we are having a bee day at Historic Sugartown. For those who were there last year, we had a great time. We had multiple stations set up inside the Carriage Museum, and some even outside of the Carriage Museum in pop-ups. We had observation hive, we had bee equipment, we had, we're going to do an extraction. People can come in and scrape the frames, put it in the extractor, hand spin the extractor out. We will have candle making and rolling candles. Emma, your girls did that last year, which was great. It was a blast. We'll have some honey tasting, so bring your honey, and we'll set it up for people to taste different kinds of honey. So that will be from 10 to 1 at Historic Sugartown. And then that evening at George's Old Brick Farm, we will have a gala. So for those who are relatively new and have never been to the gala, you can rent a tux if you want, but you'll be alone because most of us will be wearing what beekeepers wear, which is generally, I guess some people dressed up. They put on a polo shirt and a pair of khakis, but a lot of us were wearing shorts or blue jeans, and it's as relaxed as you want it to be.
We do put the chandelier in the tree, though.
Put the chandelier in the tree.
Class it up.
Right there.
There it is.
And let's see, what is it that folks should bring?
If you want, you can bring a dessert. That's it.
And
If not, that's okay too.
so George
But
and
as
the club are providing, right?
my wife and my sister do
Do all the cooking.
appetizer, entrees, those kind of things.
Right, exactly.
And Tony obviously brings the beverage.
The beverage. As I do every time, talking about Tony's beverages, 16%. At least 16%. So if you have, it's a very nice mead or a nice fruit wine, please be aware that that might be a little stronger than you're used to. And if you're wondering why people are walking around either stumbling or slurring, they might have had 3 or 4 cups there, because really, I don't drink, so I didn't taste it, but I smelled it. It smelled really good. Yeah.
It's nice.
It sneaks up on you.
What?
It sneaks up on you.
It's, yeah, sneaks up you with a 2x4. And then in celebration of George's birthday, there will be a massive fireworks demonstration that evening. Okay, it's a township that's doing it for George, but it's a township that's doing it. And so we go to the front yard, and the fireworks are right there. So it's really nice.
And we have a guest speaker, don't we?
We do have a guest speaker. I take that. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Matthew Lowe, who did his science fair project. He's a junior at the Haverford School.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he spent the summer at MIT on a paid internship. So yeah, he's a smart cookie.
Smart cookie.
Yeah.
18.
So, 18. Yeah, he just turned 18. So yeah, we're going to be honored to have him come chat with us a little bit about the science that he's been doing, and we'll do that. We'll do that before Tony breaks out the meat. So we're somewhat
I'll be
cognizant
there
of
early.
it. But then you break out the meat and then you won't remember. So there you go.
Do you register for this?
Yeah, you do register. You go to the. It's up on the event schedule. There will also be an email out probably early next week that'll have the buttons that you can push to register for either one of those two.
Is there cost on it on the night that Bee Gala?
Yeah, it's either $20 or $25.
And at the door, do you have to do that prior somewhere?
You should do it prior, because Michelle will hurt you if you do it at the door.
Just checking.
I'm not
$100
involved.
at the door.
I don't, nope, I reconcile. So you're good. Whatever you guys wanna do.
$100 at the door.
$100 at the door? Okay, thank you. All right, so before I go any further into this is still part of my minute. All right. Anybody know what this is? Light washer. Guess what? The club made these a couple of years ago, and we ran out. So last Thursday, George, Vince, and I built 40 of them. So we now have 40. Actually, I think we did 48. 2 of them had to be thrown away because the heat gun burned down the side of the plastic. It's like, crap. So anyway, we got these. Members are $10, non-members $15. So we've got them available. If you need a light washer, there you go.